Coming up in this episode, Wakefield and UKAD in player swap. Two Super League players subject to NRL speculation. And two RFL players have been caught by UKAD. Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you enjoy what you're seeing and if you want to continue seeing more. And also, if you can, please consider donating to my Buy Me a Coffee page, as it is a good way to help support me in getting a future Rugby League project in the works. Anyway, so what are we going to start off with today? Well, there was major transfer news coming out of Yorkshire, to be fair, because UKAD have made moves to secure a talented young centre. In a statement put on the UKAD website, UKAD have confirmed that they have released Will Dagger from his final year of the contract to join Wakefield Trinity, while Corey Hall goes the other way, with both joining the clubs, respective clubs, with immediate effect. Currently the Robins' longest serving player, Dagger will join Wakefield and end his 5-year association with the club as he searches for a consistent game at fullback. Having originally joined the club in late 2017 from Warrington Wolves, Dagger has made 51 appearances for the Robins and scored 79 points in his time with the club. And as part of the move, the Robins are delighted to announce the exciting signing of young centre Corey Hall on a 2.5-year deal until the end of the 2025 season. Hall, seen here scoring for Wakefield at Salford recently, was a standout for Wakefield last season, racking up 26 appearances and scoring 7 tries during the West Yorkshire club's 2022 season, helping them to avoid relegation. UKAD coach Willie Peters, though, has paid tribute to their outgoing player Will Dagger. As he said, it's a good opportunity for both players. Firstly for Will Dagger, to be able to play first grade every week. I think it's an important move for him at this stage in his career, and we've given him the opportunity. On behalf of the club, I'd like to thank Will for his contribution to UKAD and what he's brought to the team on and off the field. Willie Peters, though, has been delighted to bring Corey Hall into the club, as he said that it's adding quality and depth to the side's 3-quarter line. We are delighted for Corey Hall to join us at UKAD. He's a talented player for the future, and definitely a Super League centre people will get to know in the years to come. He's in the early stages of his development, but we're looking forward to working with him over the next 2.5 years. For Wakefield, Will Dagger signed the contract until the end of the 2024 season, bringing the curtain down on his stay at Craven Park. He now goes on to join a Wakefield for the search of first team play, while Wakefield have finally got, they think, the fullback that they need in their ranks. Speaking about the entire swap deal, Trinity boss Mark Applegarth declared that Hall had a massive future in the game, but at the time and had to let the youngster go to plug a hole at fullback in continued absence of the injured Max Jowett. First of all, I'd like to thank Corey for his brilliant service to Wakefield Trinity. It's been no secret that we have been on the search for a fullback, so we have reluctantly let Corey move on to new pastures at UKAD to be able to bring Will in. As a club, we wish Corey nothing but the best. I'm delighted Will is on board with us, and I'm looking forward to getting him into training and start working with him. He will certainly add to our squad in that fullback role with his ability and skill set, and I know that he's really excited to be linking up with us. So looking at the two moves objectively and from my nowhere near expert eye, you'd have to say that Hull KR have got the better end of the stick here. Needs must at Wakefield, but Corey Hall is an absolute talent. Hull KR could have went down the loan route, as many of the upper echelon teams have said. Come and loan our players, our developing players. That could be a potential of keeping a player like Corey Hall. But if a deal comes about with this sort of situation, the young Hall will be looking to progress. It'll be interesting to see how he goes, and also will Dagger at Wakefield. Well, tell me in the comments who's got the better deal, in your opinion. Our next story brings us to Catalans Dragons and Warrington Wolves, as it's been reported in press, both sides of the hemisphere, that Catalans Dragons and Warrington Wolves are having one of each of their players touted from super NRL clubs who are at the lower end of the scale. First of all, the speculation around prop forward Thomas McHaley has prompted Warrington Wolves boss Daryl Powell to say that he expects McHaley to play this Saturday in the Super League clash against Hull, after reports in Australia linked with the forward getting a move immediately back to the NRL. Rugby League journalist The Mole says that reports in Australia says that the 25-year-old is set to join Gold Coast Titans with immediate effect. However, for the short term at least, Powell is still expecting to have one of his star forwards included in their squad for their televised home game on Saturday against the Black and Whites. New Zealand-born McHaley made his Super League switch midway through the 2022 campaign after being granted a release from West Tigers. He joined the club on a 2.5-year deal, meaning his current contract runs until the 2024 season. To date, McHaley has made 17 Super League appearances, crossing for 4 tries, and he was also a scorer in the recent 38-0 victory over Castleford Tigers. Daryl Powell went on to say, "I expect him to play on Saturday." And on the speculation linking McHaley back to Australia, obviously there's a bit of news out there on Tommy, but I've got nothing to say at the moment. He'll play on Saturday, we'll take it from there. According to Fox League's reports, the West Tigers are preparing to offer Mitchell Pearce a 2-year deal worth $1.5 million Australian dollars in what has been slammed a desperate move from the battling club. The Premiership winning halfback left the Knights abruptly at the end of 2021 to join French club Catalans Dragons, but now with Pearce turning 34 next week, the Tigers halves Luke Brook and Adams Dewey have struggled for form this season in the club's winless start through round 4. The move comes after the Tigers have missed out on Storm superstar Cameron Munster, Eels number 7 Mitchell Moses, and England halfback George Williams. Fox League reporter James Hooper broke the news on NRL 360 and revealed that the Tigers had the first crack at Pearce just before Christmas, while co-host Paul Kent says it stinks of desperation. Kent continued, "What it does is delay the whole 5-year plan they've got. Every Tiger fan was sold on the 5-year plan. Cheesy's there for 2 years, then Benji to take over for 3 more years, and the best solution they come up with to fix the problem is to go to a halfback that hasn't played in the competition for several years, who is about to turn to 34 years old, and chuck the 2 halves they've got out, one of which is on $1 million a year." This argument was followed up by Braith Anasta, who is a fan of the move but quite cautious about it, but believes Pearce could transform the club overnight. No disrespect to the halves they've got there, but at the moment, he'd do a better job than both of them. He is getting a bit old, but he's a leader. He's very dominant, which is what he's a traditional halfback. And I think they bring a lot of direction to the side, which they don't have. You play off the back of Happy Coruscant. While this would be a good move for Pearce and West Tigers, I don't think Catalan Tigers will let him go, to be fair. They're in a motion of signing new players ready to improve their squad, as they did look a little undercut when it came to quality against Wigan last time. Don't get me wrong, that was injuries that they had before and after the game. It wasn't Wigan, was it, that they played? They played Leeds Rhinos. Yes, Leeds Rhinos, my apologies. But Catalans will be looking to improve their squad rather than letting one of their battlers, their leaders, go. So much speculation at this point. The good player, and Catalans would be sorry to see him go if he did decide that the NRL was right for him. And we end the episode with some sad news, as UK anti-doping have announced over the past month that 2 rugby league players have been banned from the sport for extended time periods. First of all, UK anti-doping, UKAD, as you see there, has confirmed that Russell Spires has been banned from all sports for a period of 3 years following first anti-doping rule violations for the use of and presence of a prohibited substance in his urine sample. On the 18th of May 2022, UKAD collected an out-of-competition urine sample from Mr. Spires at a Midlands Hurricane squad training session. Analysts of Mr. Spires' sample returned an adverse analytical finding of boldenone and its metabolite. Boldenone is listed under S1 of the World Anti-Doping Agency WADA 2022 prohibited list of anabolic androgen steroids. It is a non-specific substance that is prohibited at all times. On August the 26th, 2022, UKAD notified Mr. Spires of the AAF and issued him with a provisional suspension from that date. On the 2nd of November 2022, UKAD charged Mr. Spires with the commission of the ADRVs, again the anti-doping rule violations, for persistence and presence and use of the prohibited substance. Mr. Spires responded in 20 days of a charge to omitting the ADRVs and accepted the asserted period of eligibility of 4 years. In accordance with the ADR Article 10.8.1, Mr. Spires was able to reduce the asserted period of ineligibility to 3 years. UKAD issued Mr. Spires with a 3-year ban, which is deemed to have commenced on the 26th of August 2022 and will expire at midnight of August the 25th, 2025. According to UKAD's chief executive, Jane Rumble, boldenone is an anabolic steroid that can increase an athlete's muscle mass, enhancing their performance. So that's why they issued a 4-year ban to Mr. Spires. After it was reduced to 3 years in agreement with the laws, his case was settled at that point. Mr. Spires will not be able to return to the game until the 25th of August 2025 as stated. But there was a second player issued with a ban that year. Anti-UK Doping have confirmed that Robert Oakley, formerly of the London Broncos, has been banned from all sports for a period of 3 years following a first ADR violation for the use of and presence of 4 prohibited substances in his urine sample. On the 14th of June 2022, UKAD collected a out-of-competition urine sample from Mr. Oakley at London Broncos squad training session. Analysts of Mr. Oakley's sample returned adverse analytical findings, again AAFs, of RAD 140, Osterin, LGD 403, Lingendrol, and a metabolite of dihydroxide, Lingradol again, and GW1516, as well as its metabolitides. There are, well, the first three of the drugs are listed under the S1 1.2 of the World Anti-Doping Agency's 2022 prohibited list, also as an anabolic agent, while the last is under S4.4 as a hormone and metabolic modulator. These substances are non-specific substances that are prohibited at all time. On September the 6th, 2022, UKAD notified Mr. Oakley of the violations and issued him with a provisional suspension from that date. And on the 3rd of November 2022, UKAD charged Mr. Oakley with the commission of committing 2 ADRVs for the presence and use of the prohibited substances. Mr. Oakley responded to the charge on the 14th of November, admitting both of the violations, explaining that he had taken what he believed to be Osterin in a tablet form to aid recovery from a shoulder injury. Mr. Oakley has played for the London Broncos between 2021 and 2022 and is 23 years of age. He has also got 1 Scotland cap to his name in 2021 when he played against Jamaica. He wasn't called up to the final Scotland squad for the 2021 Rugby League World Cup, but was in the initial 30 for the tournament. He was issued a 3-year ban, which was deemed to have commenced on the 6th of September 2022 and will expire on midnight the 5th of September 2025. Chief Executive Rumble said again, abusing prohibited substances in aid to recover from injury is a clear violation of the UK anti-doping rules. Strict liability means that the athlete is responsible for what goes in their body. There are serious and wide-range consequences for athletes when they do not comply with the rules, and this will impact their career. In the same statements, the Rugby Football League added, "We support UKAD in their determination to ensure the sport is clean, and therefore their testing programme from recreational as well as performance-enhancing drugs. We continue to prioritise education of players at all levels with our charity partners RL Cares, regarding the harmful side effects of drugs as well as the potential impact of a positive test." These 2 positive samples and bans come after Rangi Chase was banned for a recreational use of a prohibited substance. It is going to be a blight on all sport from now to the end of time, as athletes and clubs look to get the number 1 status in sport and the edge against their opponents. Athletes should just play to the best of their abilities. Fortunately, some players cannot be top players. That doesn't mean they should cheat. I hope these 2 gentlemen do find a way back into rugby league, as they will have served their time. But for now, they must do the time. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way in the near future. Tell me what your thoughts are on today's episode in the comment section below, as it's open for business. But remember to please be respectful. I appreciate everyone that has done so far, and I hope that continues. Tell me what your thoughts are on the stories in the comment section, as there are a few to go through, and I do hope that you are all taking note of what's going on. I will try and continue to bring you the latest transfers and also the latest news from a rugby league. I was thinking of another word, but it's not appropriate. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. And I'll end the episode as I always do by wishing you all the very best. So please stay safe. I'll see you in the next episode.